Hello and welcome to the Edge Academy Assembly. Before we get into the assembly, I've been asked to share a recommended read. This is my recommended read. It is by a man called Ant Middleton. You might have seen him on the TV show called SAS Who Dares Wins. This man was in the Special Boat Service in the Special Forces, and this book tells you the stories about his life, his time in the Special Forces, and leadership skills that he took from the Special Forces. Highly recommend this read. It's full of action and useful information which you can apply to everyday life. Now on with the assembly. So yesterday was November the 5th, which was bonfire night. So today's assembly is going to be on fireworks and bonfire night safety. But before getting into that, I wanted to tell you a little bit about fireworks. So they were invented in China thousands and thousands of years ago. But they weren't like the fireworks that we know today. They were bamboo shoots, and the bamboo shoots were split open. They were stuffed with gunpowder and set alight. So they weren't the rockets that shot up into the air, it was more like a flame that came out the end of some bamboo. Obviously our fireworks have come a long way from that now, so we have rockets and we have different kinds of fireworks. We'll go into that a bit later. But why we use fireworks now? So bonfire night takes place in the UK on the 5th of November to remember the day when in 1605 Guy Fawkes was stopped from blowing up the Houses of Parliament. So Guy Fawkes and some of his friends wanted to kill the king at the time. He was due to be in the Houses of the Parliament, so he got kegs of gunpowder, put them underneath the Houses of the Parliament and was going to blow them all up. However, he was stopped. So now it's become a custom to set off fireworks on the date that he was going to blow up the Houses of the Parliament. So there are the Houses of the Parliament with the fireworks going off behind. They're not just used to celebrate bonfire night. We have them at different times of the year. So we have them on New Year's Eve, we have them on Diwali. There's many different events where fireworks are used, and this is one example. So during 2012, London hosted the Olympics, and as part of the ceremony, as you can see from that picture, they used fireworks. Now going to some records that have been set by fireworks. So these are competitions that take place in countries all around the world. One of the biggest ones is actually in Montreal, which is in Canada. So that's a photo of where it takes place. So different teams compete to try and win prizes for their fireworks. And there's another one called the World Pyro Olympics, which is an Olympics solely for fireworks. So companies enter hoping they get their name known, and then obviously they get some business from it. And actually one of the biggest records set was the most rockets set off at the same time. And that was in the Philippines. And 125,801 rockets were let off at the same time. And in fact, I'm now going to show you a video of this. So that was that record, which is still set now. So 125,801 rockets fired at the same time. And I'm going to now move on to some interesting facts about some fireworks. So the rockets you just saw, they can reach speeds of 150 miles per hour. Sparklers cause more injuries than any other type of firework. They can reach temperatures of up to 2000 degrees Celsius. That is 10 times hotter than what's possible by an oven. 3 sparklers burning together reach the same heat as a blowtorch. And last year, over 1,000 children and adults in the UK needed to go to hospital after having accidents with fireworks. Half, so 500 people, of all firework accidents happen to children under the age of 16. And this brings us on nicely to the firework safety. This is a campaign started by West Midlands Police and Fire Service. And they want to tell you a few things. They want to tell you that they can be dangerous. To keep safe, you need to follow some rules. These rules are called the FIREWORK Code. If you break any of these rules, you could get seriously hurt. So we're going to go through some of the FIREWORK Code now. First of all, we're going to find out what the law says. The law says that fireworks cannot be sold to people under the age of 18. They're not allowed to be set off between the hours of 11 PM and 7 AM. The only exceptions are New Year's Eve, Bonfire Night, which was last night, Chinese New Year, and Diwali. So now we're going to move on to the Firework Code. So only adults should light fireworks, not children. All pets should be kept indoors. It can actually scare pets, so you need to keep them indoors where they'll be safe. Never throw fireworks. Once a firework is lit, you should never return to it. Stand well back from fireworks and bonfires. Adults should light them with a long taper and not with a match or a lighter. And now this is the important one, because these are the fireworks that children are allowed to handle. So sparklers should only be lit one at a time. Children under 5 should never be allowed a sparkler. And you should always wear gloves when using sparklers. Hold them away from your body and do not wave them around. You could burn yourself or somebody else with the sparks that come off there. If you drop your sparkler, don't try and pick it up. And all sparklers, once you've finished, should be put in a bucket of water or sand to make sure they are fully out. But the important bit is, enjoy the fireworks, because you'll no doubt undoubtedly see some tonight. Thank you for listening to the assembly. I hope it has been worthwhile for you, and I'm now going to pass you over on to someone else.